Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Game 2 of this Best of 3 series coming up for you. MVP Phoenix versus Monkey Spanners. Get excited. That's a nice shirt you got there. What is that little guy?
The sun.
It's the sun blowing bubbles?
That are clouds.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
I got some grease on it, though, because I was cooking.
Oh, yeah. Merlini made salmon for dinner
It's okay.
tonight.
I might have to turn this into a workout shirt.
Uh-oh.
That's what happens when the... At least it's better than t-shirt.
Going demon style. So we've got game number 2.
By the way, MVP Phoenix is, in fact, up 1-0. They kind of schooled Monkey Spanner. We keep calling them Monkey King, so please forgive us.
MKS. Monkey King.
That's
Spanner.
the most terrible...
If it's Monkey Spanner,
acronym.
It shouldn't be MK. It is very misleading.
It is, well, why is Monkey King bar? Well, I guess that's King. So
why
is it MKS?
I don't know.
I don't get it either.
I don't know.
I realized what I said was really stupid.
I don't understand. But yeah, we are lackluster on overlays tonight. But here we are, hopping straight in.
Oh yeah, someone said that wrench is or spanners are a synonym for wrench, so it could be a play on monkey wrench. But at the same time, that is still a very confusing name.
What's a monkey wrench?
Monkey wrench? You don't know what a monkey?
Is that like throwing a wrench in the mix?
Oh, Andrew.
A monkey wrench.
Monkey wrench.
Oh, it's that kind of wrench?
Yeah. It's a specific type of wrench.
Oh. I see.
But at the same time, why would you want your team to be named after that?
That's just such an
arbitrary... Let me Google monkey spanner.
Like, what do you use that tool for? To put pipes together?
Monkey spanner is the same thing as a monkey wrench.
Okay.
I guess. This is a monkeyspanner.com. .info, rather. I don't know what's going on here. Things are confusing.
So, interesting.
Maybe one of them will enlighten us.
Yeah, chat will keep us on our toes, I'm sure. And we are aware of the audio desync. We will be fixing it after this series is complete. But yeah, not going to be restarting the stream in the middle of the series. We don't have enough time to get things rolling. So sorry about that, folks. You have to deal with it.
Just deal with it.
Just deal with it, man. Audio desync.
Did you ever watch this TV show called Better Off Ted? That show is actually really funny.
No.
It was canceled after 2 seasons, even though it was really good. I don't know why. Firefly was also canceled after 1 season, even though it was really good.
Greg the Bunny
Firefly?
too. No, I have. Okay. I'm not into the whole Western thing. I don't know.
It was weird, but they made it work.
I watched the first episode and I didn't really dig on it.
Anyway, so in Better Off Ted, it's like it's a kind of nerdy premise, but it's a pretty funny show. Anyway, one of the guys, she's just like, just deal with it.
Just deal with
it. He's like a kind of nerdy guy, and that's his catchphrase for the whole entire episode. He's like, just deal with it. So I don't know. It was really funny. I missed that show. I wish they continued it for more seasons. But if any of you guys are looking for a somewhat funny TV show, I would recommend it. It's decent if you're nerdy.
Okay. Well, in that case,
yeah, I don't recommend too many TV shows.
It's true. You don't recommend a lot of stuff.
I'd recommend Ember Spirit.
You recommend Ember Spirit, yeah.
The hero's ownage.
You know, we were actually talking about Ember Spirit today. We went to Sam's Club. We were just talking, like the way back, we talked about Ember Spirit for a good 15 minutes about just
the hero is OP.
How ridiculous he is and how much I want to learn how to play Ember Spirit because I think he will do some quick work on my solo queue MMR. I don't know. He's such a weird hero though, in the sense that some people play him and make him look really OP. We've seen a lot of different builds, a lot of different play styles, and I still think the Zero Flame Guard, the 440, is the best. It just does so much damage.
He's about the deeps.
All about the
He's
deeps.
not a defensive hero. If you want defensive, go DK.
Yeah, that's the thing about Flame Guard. It just doesn't give you enough damage to be a bully. And if you're not being a bully, then you're getting bullied.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Ember Spirit is ownage. Yeah. Please pick that hero if the hero is available, unless you just don't know what's going on. But people should know what's going on. Ember Spirit has been in Captain's Mode for quite some time, but Sing Sing makes him look pretty good. Arteezy makes him look really damn good. Dendi makes him look good, but these are all like really good competitive players. But if you're a mid-tier team, what do you think about Ember Spirit? Should you just learn how to play him like those guys? Should you just stick to heroes out of your own tier? What do you think?
To shut down the Ember Spirit?
No. Should you pick them? Like, we have Dendi, Arteezy, and Sing Sing. They're probably the best 3 Ember Spirits in the world.
I would say
and they're all on really good teams.
Right.
We have Cloud9, Navi, and EG. EG getting a lot better by the day. And it's like a really high skill cap hero, and these heroes make the hero look really good. But if you're a mid-tier team, like Phoenix or Monkey Spanner, do you stick with Ember Spirit? Or do you go with what works best for you?
It's not necessarily about team power, but you need at least one individual. Like the team with Lolik is a good example, I think, where we see he is kind of like their star player, if he can play Ember Spirit close to the skill cap, then it's worth picking. But he's not one of those heroes that you just want to grab. He's not like 6.78 Bat Rider. You know, he's not just like, just pick him and somebody can figure it out on the fly. It's not Dendy's Enigma and TI1 where, just figure it out. You're Dendy, you can do it. Ember Spirit's not that kind of hero. He has a really high skill cap. And you need to know how to use the Fire Remnants. You need to be able to connect with the bowls inside a Sleight of Fist. So if you have a player that can do that, even if you're a mid-tier team, I say pick him. But if nobody on your team is really comfortable with Ember Spirit, then just
at the same time, I think that if they are a mid-tier team, it's unlikely that they're going to have a player that can play it that well.
It just takes practice, man. You know, do it Arteezy style.
I don't necessarily think it just takes practice.
For Ember Spirit?
No, it's not just practice.
How do you get good at Ember Spirit? You think there's just a
No. I think it's just like if you're a good player and you practice him a lot, you can be really good with him. But if you're only one or the other, you can't be exceptionally good with him. Like you can't.
That might be true.
Yeah, because you need to be at the right place at the right time. You need to know when to dodge spells. You don't need to know how to dodge it. You need to know when to dodge it, when to use your remnants offensively and defensively, not just how. It's a lot of when as opposed to how. Because he has some limited stuff, right? Like Bolas is not a super short cooldown. Sleight of Fist is pretty short, but you can invulnerable stuff, so you need to use that skill very effectively. Fire Remnant, you're also invulnerable, but you only get one every 35 seconds, so you need to know when to use it.
Yeah, if you've practiced enough that you can do the Bolas Sleight of Fist combo, that's a big part of it right there, because part of that lane dominance, like pre-level 6 of just going solo mid and pooping on your opponent, is being able to connect that combo and just harassing them out of lane. After that, it's all about the Fire Remnants. Not only it's like, you know, deciding when do you want to do a triple Remnant to blow somebody up, when do you want to save one to scoot out.
Yeah.
Some of it is easy to practice, though. Like, we see Ember Spirits that just don't drop a Remnant when they port back to base and scoot back to it. That's just silly. You're just wasting efficiency there. You can always just hop back to a Remnant and get right back to lane.
You're wasting precious gold.
Precious gold and precious farming time. So there's probably a happy medium. I think there's a degree of just practicing Ember Spirit where you can get the hang of it. Like the Bolas Sleight of Fist combo, it's difficult, but nothing that practice can't deal with. Map awareness and when to use the Fire Remnants, I think that's where just being kind of a naturally skilled player comes in. It's a lot harder to learn.
Even just like when to farm, when to fight, because he skills really well with items, but at the same time he's good at early fighting.
Right.
And he's really fragile.
So yeah, I guess, I don't know. I would say unless you have someone that thinks they're really confident with Ember Spirit, just ban him out, dude. Just ban him.
At the same time, we haven't seen any like really mid-tier teams have a exceptional Ember Spirit. Just like, oh my gosh.
That's a good point.
Right?
We haven't really seen him snowball.
Because like if it were the case that a mid-tier team could just abuse the crap out of him, then maybe we would see it more. We'd be like, oh my gosh, this guy's Ember is redundant.
I think people are still. I think he hasn't been around long enough that people understand what the best build is. I honestly think that once the way Arteezy play him becomes more mainstream and people just see it more and see really how ridiculous it is, more people will do it, realize it's not that hard to emulate, like not getting Flame Guard early on and connecting with the Bola combo.
We need an experiment. We need like a pool of 10 players, 20 players from various MMR, and they just straight up play Ember Spirit all the time with their varying builds, and then see.
I would enjoy that experiment. I don't know that we have the resources to have somebody time and set up the controls.
So anyways, going back to the draft, it looks like MVP has banned out a couple of Ember Spirit counters. Looks like Viper, OD, the lane dominators that will likely face off versus Ember Spirit, will be banned out. Although Nick Sesson is pretty good versus OD, meh. And then Doom is very good versus Ember. Monkey Spanner, they will pick up 2 Silence heroes. Firstly, Silencer. Secondly, Clinks with the Orchid. And Silencer's a hero that we haven't actually seen too often. I don't actually think he's terribly good versus Ember Spirit. I think he's okay. He's not amazing.
Is it Empire that likes to run in?
Yes.
It's a like Van Score hero. He likes to run the Silencer on occasion. That's about the only time that we see him.
He's a good hero.
Well, we've been talking about things to deal with Ember Spirit, and one thing is silences, especially in the mid game. Orchid works well against them. You know, like something like a Death Prophet or a Silencer. Silences are kind of his weakness, but of course you have to get there first, and we've seen Embers kind of snowball a little bit out of control.
Pure damage is also really good versus him.
Yes. He also he's a low armor hero, so minus armor and physical in general. If you can get to him and do the damage, it does a lot. But part of the issue is, as you were talking about, Sleight of Fist has that disjoint like moment of invulnerability that makes him a little bit more difficult to actually do damage.
Don't sell the hero short.
All right, it makes it impossible to do damage to.
So is Ember a 10 out of 10? Is he a god tier hero?
You know, honestly, at this point, I would say he's a 9 out of 10. If not a 10, he's
a 10?
He's up there. I don't know who the 10 is.
There has to be a 10. There can't not be a 10.
There can't not be a 10. Nick's Assassin is pretty high up there, I would say. because he's so versatile.
Yeah, but he
Nyx
loses
is
a
good.
lane very often, especially in melee.
Yeah.
Like Axe just crushes him.
Like the
Centaur and this
who is the
crushes him.
ultimate of God tier right now?
I would say Ember.
Honestly, I feel lame saying it, but I think it might be Ember Spirit.
Why do you feel lame saying it?
I don't know, because he's new and it's
I
just,
think he's number 1.
I don't know, something about what LD said. It just like how he was. LD's take is that you can't judge the strength of the hero based on how Arteezy plays it, because Arteezy just straight outskills people.
I think that's how you judge a hero, because everyone will follow in that player's footsteps. If someone makes a hero look imbalanced,
Yeah.
everyone's gonna be like, "How does he play it to make
And then
it
just
that
emulate
damn
his
good?"
build play
Right.
style.
And then it's gonna be common. It's gonna be mainstream.
I would tend to agree with you, but
We can dat Dota this. I'll dat Dota. You introduce. the
yeah,
names.
okay. You dat Dota, and we'll move out here. So, I don't know. I Ember Spirit. I haven't seen another hero in like a competitive game just straight steamroll like we saw the other day so easily. Like I don't know. I mean, Visage, he was pretty good, but now he's been nerfed back and forth a little bit.
Okay,
He's still
he's 52%.
52% win rate.
Yeah.
That's it?
Arteezy has 3 wins on him. What
See-
about Sing Sing?
See, win rate for this hero, I feel like is really misleading
It
because
is.
there are a lot of lower tier teams that like we see Embers that just play it wrong.
Sing Sing 7-2 on the hero.
I want to see what his win rate is when you don't go Flame Guard max.
I don't think you can do that.
Yeah, I don't know if you can either, but
The battle
Brian could probably finagle a way to try and figure it out.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've got game 2 of this series. We've got Monkey Spanners on the Radiant side. We'll have Karn down in the solo safe lane playing on the Clink's Bone Fletcher. Tootie will be solo mid on the Clockwork, and they're going to have an aggressive try. The Park will be playing on the Visage. We'll have 4885 on the Silencer, and Nace on the Centaur War Runner for a little bit of tri-lane action.
And MVP Phoenix, who are currently 1-0 in this best of 3 in Starladder. This is Starladder, right?
This is Starladder.
Starladder
Well
Korea.
done,
I'm just making
Merlini.
sure. MVP, March in the safe lane. Heen on the safe lane, farming Ember Spirit. We have Ryzen on the Venomancer in the top river. We have QO on the solo mid Templar Assassin. And 4M already harassing out Karn on the bottom lane. On again. That
Dude, 488's in trouble here. This double damage Veno is about to get first blood. There you go. Easy peasy.
Silencer is so weak early.
Wow. And yeah, Karn and
The hero is just doo-doo early.
yeah, Pharrell going blow for blow, but that was just
I really like Silencer, by the way.
yeah.
Yeah. I think he
Do you like him in the hard supply position
No,
5 role?
absolutely not. Kind of like how I don't like Morphling at all in the tri lane on
Mhm.
tri lane.
Right.
It's kind of like that. It's like some teams make him work though, but I think his ultimate is like really potent, and his lane control at before that is just like it's
Yeah.
meh.
He's one of those heroes that just has no escape. So if he gets caught out of position, he's food, as we just saw right there. Veno was able to just chase him down. So this is a tri-lane with Ember Spirit up top. There will be the Veno joining him, as well as the Shadow Shaman, and this is not the ideal way to play Ember Spirit in my humble
We should just start flaming every team that doesn't put Ember Spirit solo mid, and any Ember Spirit that gets flame guard early.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't. I think it's just not as good. Again, we need to look at. I wish we had those stats. Uh oh, the Park. He's in some trouble. March and Ryzen doing a lot of damage. Ember Spirit isn't even with him. If he was here with a Sleight of Fist, that would have been a kill. But Ember still hasn't leveled up any abilities yet. So that's just a missed opportunity right there. That's Ember Spirit aggression that we're talking about. Just not on the mark.
Yeah.
You got to Sleight of Fist that.
Was
jump.
MVP the team that got the triple Battle Fury?
I think it was a MVP
I watched that
team,
bi-
but
I
I don't
watched
know if
that-
it was Phoenix or
I watched
Hot
that
Six.
BTS moment.
Yeah.
I'm not completely out of the
So
loop.
you're watching some BTS moments, just not my BTS moments. Is that the
There's just some of them.
is that the vibe I'm getting here?
I don't know which ones you made.
Yeah. You mean, yeah, Roland made most of them, but the Suckle Bouche one. He didn't know what Sacre Bleu was, so he tried to spell it out phonetically. He didn't know that it was French. There you go. There's a Sleight of Fist Bola combo, and they'll do some damage. Gale will actually be off the mark, and now March may get turned around upon.
This Centaur needs
Centaur?
boots. If he had boots right there, they'd be able to get a kill. That's his first item that he should get after
Yeah.
his initial starting one.
And he's got the gold for it, so maybe that's what he'll grab. That Visage might have been in trouble if they connected with the Gale, but it was just barely off the mark, so that won't be a kill coming out. TA against Clockwork. This should be very difficult for Clockwork. And he's actually out farming the TA right now. Clockwork is 10-7 versus the 5-5 QO.
That's sad.
I feel like that is a little strange.
Yeah. Maybe he's scared of dying, but he doesn't have any... I mean, I guess if he doesn't have any mana, it's nice. 2D almost pulled him in, but at the same time, like, you have so much damage. Look at your damage, TA. You have 106 damage. We're 65 from Clockwork. Do some damage.
Yeah.
Kill some creeps.
Especially with side blades as well. I mean, I know the rule of thumb right now is kind of...
Oh, man, he is getting destroyed. I'm just watching him CS. That is Poo-poo execution.
Ugh. This is like when I play TA. It's not good. There's a reason I never picked TA.
He's such a good hero. But he's harassing Clockwork, a lot of Clockwork, and a little bit of danger.
Gale up top, connects with 2, but Centaur comes in. He's got a hoof stomp ready, and he wants this Venomancer.
Wow, he could have killed March right there.
Ember
March was sitting
Spirit.
right next to him.
Oh, Ember Spirit. He won't commit for it. He doesn't want to kill the Visage. Wow, this is MVP are playing this way more passive than they need to. I would.
I think the Centaur is playing more passively. He was going for the guy that was last scored, but he was sitting right next to March. Rasa, one of the slowest heroes in the game, 285 move speed versus a 350 Centaur. Easily walk up, boom.
Even with a level 2 double edge, dude, you do that 250 damage to March. That's like half his hit points right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then that's an immediate soul assumption coming out afterwards. But looks like Visage will head home, so that will stymie any aggression coming out from Monkey King.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a monkey with a monkey wrench.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't that cute?
Why don't they call them monkey wrenchers or something?
Because that really floats off the tongue. And now introducing the monkey wrenchers. At least monkey spanners has like more of a ring to it, you know.
I would like monkey wrenchers.
All right, well, maybe you could apply to be their captain.
Maybe I can make my new team called monkey wrenchers.
You never know, Merlini. There could be a future for you as a coach in Korea. Uh-oh. Heen.
Ember Spirit might die here.
Yeah, Heen. Oh, he does get picked off by the Visage. He mistimes the Sleight of Fist and takes the damage, and he just falls. That's it.
Why is he getting over Venom? Oh, man. Some Embers.
Ooh, on Ember.
Oh, yeah, I think it hits everyone with Sleight of Fist.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it does count as an auto attack, so you will get the slow. I mean, it's not that bad. What's wrong with Ooh?
Because he died in lane. He didn't spend enough on regen.
Yeah, well, that might be true.
He didn't get a magic stick versus a tri-lane. Especially one who can drain your mana.
Well, the magic stick I would definitely agree with. I mean,
it's not that it's a bad item, it's that he needs other items in order to do well in his lane.
It's more the priority given to it.
Yes. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. The power in Ember is, you know, I mean, maybe I'm just scarred from that Alliance Cloud9 game that spawned all those threads about my terrible camera work. And part of what started that terrible camera work was how easily
March coming on 2D.
Yeah, I see it here. March coming in. 2D will be in some trouble. There's the Shackle TA just doing the deeps. March taking tower shots, though. March is going to fall to 2D. And will he survive? No, TA gets the kill, but that's a 1-for-1. Clockwork, it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, TA was pretty close to dying.
Yeah.
So, anyways, you were saying.
So, anyway, like that part of that game, like the kills that I was missing were like the Ember Spirit soloing Mirana at level 3. You know, you just don't expect there's a Mirana with leap and an Ember Spirit at level 3. You think, okay, he's a hard carry, he's kind of weak in lane, Mirana's got a leap. You don't expect that hero just to get blown up. And he went the same build that Ember's going for, actually, the 3-2-0 at level 5. And just destroying the Mirana. So now I don't know. I no longer underestimate the amount of damage he can do at the early levels. Karn will be in some trouble down bottom. There is a Shackle straight into Impale, and they'll have enough damage to finish him off. March grabs that kill, and MVP will pull ahead in hero kills now 3-2. But maybe it just takes some scarring camera work like that for it to sink in. But that hero has so much damage output at these levels, and I feel
Clinks
like
also should not lose his lane.
Yeah.
Nyx versus the Clinks. Clinks, he went for the same build as he did last game. Ring of Bessie into, I don't actually know if he got Ring of Bessie, but it's the early Orchid Rush. Sometimes you want to get a Soul Ring, especially versus a Nyx Assassin, because it doesn't actually give you any int, but it gives you a ton of mana, as opposed to int, which you just get mana burned away. Or you just go a ton of regen, like a double Sobi Mask. Instead, he doesn't get any Sage's Mask. So he needs mana, he needs Death Pact. It should be very, very difficult for Nyx to kill him when he has Death Pact up almost all the time.
Yeah, the roster rotating in, a little bit unfortunate for Clinks. There's no ward coverage on that side of the map, so yeah, maybe. I guess, I don't know. I hesitate to say he should have played safer. I mean, he got ganked and he was like behind his tower here, so hard to anticipate that rotation, I suppose.
He didn't have Death Pact up, though.
Oh,
he didn't have any mana for it.
Yeah.
And what a surprise. You need more mana items versus the Nyx.
It looks like QO could be in some trouble here. There you go, the hook shot in from Tootie. And he'll actually try and turn and fight this instead of just staying invisible. They'll have more than enough damage to finish him off between the Clinks and the Visage. And
Clockwork's schooling this TA, though. Like, yeah, sure, 2D might be 1-1, and so is a TA, but in terms of momentum, in terms of like how the lane should be going, Clockwork's doing very well.
TA has actually turned around the last hit score now. It's 28-12 versus the 21-10 Clockwork, so maybe TA just needed those phase boots to start nailing the last hits. I don't know what it was, but all of a sudden, Tootie's behind in the CS, which is where he should be compared to a TA, but interesting to see the tides turn like that. And it looks like this Ember Spirit still struggling with the Sleight of Fist Bola combo. It is a little bit difficult to land. Again, it's something that just really takes practice.
Strug City, man.
The timing is weird, but... And this is where I was getting at. If you don't have a player that can at least do the Sleight of Fist Bola combo, that is a matter of practice. Even low mid-tier players can still do it.
Can he do it right now? Let's see.
This is it, the big moment.
Nope.
No, he just... he used the bolas before Sleight of Fist that time, so that was a little bit unfortunate, but he tried, so...
Is that what matters?
No, sometimes. So QO...
A for effort.
Yeah, they won't be able to grab the kill. Nace, he's taunting them a little bit here. He's just trying to bait them. Looks like there could be an MVP sandwich coming about.
Can he hit it? Can he hit it?
Oh.
That's a question.
Here we go. Bolas, they connect. Sleight of Fist, he does have mana, but Port's coming in. Heen, need to make a decision here. And won't have enough damage. Tootie, he comes in. Now Heen's in big trouble as the hookshot connects. See ya, Ember Spirit. He's going to fall around the backside, though. They're going to grab Visage inside the shackle. That'll be enough for the kill. Now Tootie, he'll take a little bit of damage. QO, he just turns for the Centaur. He grabs that kill. Another Port coming in. Shadow Shaman falls. Nyx is now rotated up. They'll finish off the Silencer. And MVP, they'll come out ahead in this fight, I think, but it still isn't over. Now the Nyx Assassin.
Did he really just drop his Arcane to Magic Stick there in the middle of a fight?
Who?
The Nyx Assassin. He dropped it. I think that's just what he did. That is some ballsy play. While under pressure from a Clockwork. That's kind of cool. I
mean,
have not seen that happen.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I was looking at the other side of that fight, but wow.
I'm pretty sure that's just what he did.
I mean, that's really cool until that one time that they kill your Arcane Boots, and then what do you do?
Yeah, and like he could easily be like hog pushed out, like.
I feel like that's one of those, like, the risk is just not worth the return there. Like, yeah, you get a little bit of extra mana, and
you get a lot of mana.
For those of you that don't understand, it's because the Arcane Boots give you extra mana, and the lower your mana pool is, the more percentage you get from the Magic Stick. So when you pick up your boots, you get more mana.
If it's
back
a 10,
when you add that
if it's like a 10 Magic Stick charge, you'll probably get like an extra 80 mana.
Yeah. It's a good bit. I mean, that's a lot of mana, but is that worth the chance of your Arcane Boots getting destroyed at 10 minutes? I'm not so sure.
I don't know. Well, it won't get destroyed because attack will take too slow. It's just getting picked up.
Or either or. Picked up, destroyed. You no longer have your Arcane Boots. That's the end that I'm trying to get to.
Well,
here.
he does have Arcane Blink and Earn 11 minutes in. How farmed is this guy?
He's the last hit leader. He's got 65 last hits.
And he's been involved in 3 kills.
Yeah.
He's almost 2,000 net worth above this poor old Clinks.
Yeah.
Clinkaday Clinks.
Clinky Winky's getting just pooed on. Down bottom, that tier 1 tower will fall. Silencer will be forced to retreat. And Clinks has gotten picked off again. So Karn has spent a lot of time farming, and he's only 1 and 2.
Spent a lot of time dying.
Not very close to that Orchid either. He's got the Oblivion Staff up, Robe of the Magi coming.
I think they overrate the Clinks. They first picked him this game, and I didn't see the draft from the first game, but he did okay, I suppose. But like there was just a lot of questionable decision-making processes, like going for the end.
Park, he's in some trouble. Nyx Assassin just using that tilt. See a Visage. Nyx will basically get a solo kill right there. Meanwhile, Clinks, they'll go hard on the TA. Clockwork as well as the Clinks. And now, Forev blinking forward, does connect with the Impale. Nicely done. He will get silenced here. And will it be enough for the kill? Nope. He will survive. They will get the kill on Karn, though, as Rising comes in. Stampede coming out. A little chicken coming from Karn. And, whoa, what an Impale. That might be enough to keep Ryzen alive. Not for long, though. Clinks will be able to take him down. Crafty play trying to use the ward to block himself in, but that doesn't stop Clinks from getting vision, so ends up being an easy kill.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Still a noble effort. I like the cheeky little attempt there.
Venomous with the Midas.
Interesting. Farming Venom. 2 blinks up. TA did go blink first after the phase boots. But this is another one of these games where MVP have a huge lead here in the early game, and they have the Midas advantage. It's only on the Venomancer.
And they have the better late game.
Yeah, they've got TA and Ember, and the hard carry for MK is basically just the Clinks, and Clinks definitely does not scale as well.
Centaur
as
needs
TA.
his blink. Once he gets his blink dagger, things can turn around for MK.
He's close.
But at the same time, that's what I said last game. Once they get the Orchid on the Clinks as well as the blink on the Batrider, but things didn't really turn around for them. So hopefully they can. They just need a counter gank. I think a lot of the heroes are extremely squishy. Like Nyx Assassin, if you can like get him before Spike Carapace. TA, if you can catch him with a low charge refraction. Ember Spirit, if you catch him pretty much in a stun. So
QO, he's gonna go blow for blow with Tootie. And TA might be able to win this battle. Nope, maybe not. Visage Familiar's flying in, and Well, TA is going to get picked off, but some space is created, and they will be able to pressure that top Tier 1 tower and finish it off with Rost Awards. So, TA for a Tier 1 tower, not the best exchange, but MVP still finding objectives around the map.
Ember's pretty much just been left uncontested for a pretty long time in top lane. He has gone for the 3-4-0 build, so the build that we approve of. At the same time, he is 0-2-1, going for that Battle Fury next. Clinks up on Orchid. Now things are going to be in... This is the time for MK to shine. They are behind by 5,000 gold, but they can turn this around so quickly.
Silencer gets picked off. There's that Orchid on Clinks. Used on Forev. It won't be enough for the kill, but they will finish off Venomancer as Nyx gets zoned out. There's some kills happening all over the map here, but Monkey Spanners, they're in this 5-man squad, and they'll at least pick up a kill on the TA and the Veno.
Whereas Ember used all his remnants.
Oh, Centaur. He just gets dropped by Forev. He used 2 remnants up top to finish off the Silencer. He bursted him down. But now Forev, he's in some trouble as the Orchid comes out. I don't think the Orchid damage will be enough. No, not even close, as he has one.
Forev was just way too farmed. He should not have this many items, as Nick says at 15 minutes in. Now he has a 1,200 gold to boot. And Centaur's doing well. He's doing okay. 0-2-2, but he has his Blink Dagger. He's been involved with some kills. No point in return. I like the value point in return. That spell's OP. Level 1 at least.
Yeah, especially in lane. Like, if usually what we've seen is Centaurs go return at level 1, and then they level up.
I don't think not in try on try. Though.
Not in try on try? Okay.
No.
But we've seen Centaurs grab it very early on, if not 1, at least by level 3 or so for that value.
Clockwork Rocket going out to Roshan. They will see it out very, very early, but it's at 75 HP with a Medallion and Serpent Wards out. I don't think they can get down there fast enough. The 2 important Roshan towers are down, the T1 in mid and bottom. Here they go.
Yeah, Clockwork, he might be able to hook shot in. And nope, just not going to get there in time. Not in range. TA finishes off Roche. She'll be the one to grab the Aegis, and she also activates that invisibility rune. Now they hop forward. Whoa, a lot of AoE damage coming out on MVP. Centaur with that double edge going hard. That'll be a 3-0 to get things started. TA 1 of the 3. She'll pop back up, and she gets dusted straight away. Now Nyx Assassin joining the battle. He'll finish off the Centaur around the backside, but
what a combo.
Off. Yeah, that
My
was
lord.
Hook shot cogs and then a huge double edge on top of it all.
And global silence.
Mm-hmm.
That was very, very nice by MK. I don't know why MVP just didn't chill out and check the wards out. They don't actually have vision up this hill. So they're trying to fight in this river. It's a terrible place to fight if you don't have vision. Yeah, you have the Aegis, but your Rasta wards are down. You're not in a very good position. You have vision of none of them. They have a Blink Initiate. They have Clockwork Initiate. They have vision of you with Flare. There were just so many things going against them that they could have taken a better fight.
Yep. And here we'll see an engage break out up top. Some damage coming out on on the Ember Spirit, but he will scoot back. Shadow Shaman will get picked off, and it looks like that's where this fight will end. Yeah, that elusive Ember.
Yeah, I think he's going to get shut down, though. The Orchid Clinks is just going to poo-poo on him. Same with Centaur. Centaur's pooping on him right now.
Oh, wow. Nace is just doing the deeps. You were right about this Blink Dagger. That has been a turn of the tides here in favor of our Radiant side Monkey Spanners.
MVP just didn't change their playstyle as soon as they got their items. They have to group up a little bit more, but not close enough that you get hit by a 3-man stomp. They have to not get picked up by Clinks. They have to protect their important heroes. They need an item up on Ember Spirit besides Arcane and Perseverance, which pretty much gives them absolutely no survivability.
Yeah, and this is one of those, like, if you're going to go Glass Cannon, you need that Battle Fury so you can actually do more damage, or a Desolator or a crit. Right now with just the Perseverance, he's not really getting the best of either worlds. He's just glass.
He might have
no
to go
cannon.
Lincolns, but Global Silence is just going to destroy him if he gets Lincolns too. So there's not really one item that's going to save him or even help out his team that much. If he gets BKB, he doesn't have any damage. Lincolns, no damage. If he goes damage, he's just going to get silenced and killed. So it's kind of to that point where Ember is starting to lose his power.
You know, old Silencer would have been really good against Ember because you can't do the combo.
You would go invulnerable during Sleight of Fist, though.
Oh, you think you would?
I think the silence would resolve after.
Oh, all right, never mind then. Oh, he'll get picked off around the backside by Clinks as he comes in. Clinks is starting to hit hard all of a sudden. More like Ember Spirit is.
He lost his lane really badly. He was 0-2 and start. Now he's 6-2 and 4. Oh,
wow! Hookshot connects with 2. Ryson and March will both fall. Shaman wards come down, but I don't think it'll be enough. Silence once again. Forev, he's in trouble. That's a 4-0 TA. She's left all by her lonesome, and well, this is looking like a 5-0 here. Maybe not. GQ will be able to survive. Silencer dies to the wards. Buyback from Forev. He does have a nice impale, and they'll actually turn it around. Visage falls. Now Nace possibly in some trouble. Tootie, he'll go ahead and burn some cogs. He'll just try and port out mana burn. Not going to do enough damage, and the blink from Centaur will be enough to keep him alive for now. Yep, there you go. He ports out. So MVP finds some recovery kills. Oh, wow, that was close.
So close. They need a gem. They need a gem or they need ghosts. They need something to try and deal with this constant aggression coming out from Monkey Spanners. Again, I like the way they play. They don't just resort to farm once they get their items. They try and counter the early lead by going for opportune kills, forcing the opponent into bad situations, and taking fights that they think they can win. And they've been doing a fantastic job of doing that. It was about 6,000 gold lead. Now post Roshan, it's about 3,500. And MVP, they're still pretty poor on the heroes that matter. Ember Spirit, still pretty much nothing. TA, he had his Blink Dagger, but still not very close to his BKB. Nyx Assassin is just Nyx Assassin. He might have a Dagon, but it's not going to matter that much, or a Force Step. And Veno has Midas, but he has almost nothing past that. So they've been doing a really good job of stalling MVP's momentum and completely just changing things around. Yeah. They've been using their ultimates very well.
Yeah, and the Radiant side, they don't even have that many big items. It's mostly just the Orchid and then the Blink on Centaur, and that's been enough to start turning things. And now Keen, once again, this Clinks just does so much damage with the Searing Arrows. He just gets railed into. Nowhere to farm, and I love that MK are putting pressure on this Ember. The worst thing you can do is just let him farm to his own devices.
Not this one.
Well, one thing that MVP still have for him, though, is that Rasta. He is level 8, but the Mass Serpent wards will make for easy pushing. And, of course, they are dire, so they should have a Roche advantage early on here. But, oh, Keen, he's just going to get destroyed. Nace blinks forward, and they grab that kill. Nyx blinks in and tries to save his buddy, but just isn't enough to keep him alive. Global Silence was burned right there. And now the hook shot in. Rasta wards come out, but in sort of an awkward position. They'll just run straight through it. The Nyx Assassin will fall. Stampede has come out. There's the blink forward. March, he'll try and port out, but he gets caught as well. A 3-for-0 up in the top lane.
Ruh-roh. I don't know if MVP can come back from this. Like, they're ahead in gold right now, but the way the game has been changing, it feels like a 5,000 gold lead for Monkey Spanners, and they're about to get a tower. Nace,
they're going to find a kill on TA. Another dust.
Why is he there so late? He needs to be up in front. They don't really have that many things that can deal with his refraction that quickly, and then he has the DD. He can wreck fools. They either shouldn't have defended or they should have had TA up there early. They also needed a wall of Venomancer wards, but he wasn't there either. And now just things are completely falling apart for MVP.
Yeah, Veno is... He wasn't even really pressuring this mid-tier 2 tower that hard. He was just kind of farming away in the mid lane. They really could have used Veno's support up top. He is
they need wards to disable the blinks. They need just wards to scout out.
And Clinks now he's gonna die.
Clockwork. Is he gonna die?
Yeah, Clinks is on top of him. Clinks can very easily solo him. He didn't even need Searing Arrows. There you go. Crystallis is up, and he'll crit that Veno for 400.
Maybe I spoke too early about this Clinks. He's doing work.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have lost the lane though. Jeez, that's not a difficult lane, but his mid game a lot stronger than last game's.
Yeah, I mean, some of it is just that MK, they waited for those core items and then they hit the ground running as a 5-man squad, and MVP just seemed unprepared for it. I mean, even that fight up top there, that was a 3 versus 5, and then the TA wandered in a 1v5, and then the Veno just got picked off all by himself in the jungle. So it was never even really a team fight. It was just Monkey Spanners with all 5 ready to rock and roll, and MVP just trying to make the best of it and pour it out. Now we'll see Nace again. He hops forward. He will get popped by that Spike Carapace, and now he's in some trouble. They'll turn it around, and Ember Spirit does grab a kill on the Centaur. So now Nace maybe getting a bit too bold. And Clockwork, he'll hook shot in, connects on Ryson. But he'll get turned around on, it looks like. This is maybe a bit too aggressive from the Radiant side. Clockwork falls. Nyx Assassin also gets picked off. It is a 2-for-2. But now TA up in the front lines. There you go, using the refraction.
That Melt Strike did like nothing to that Clinks. Yeah. Clinks has like 2,000 HP with 10 armor plus a little bit from Bassi, so. I don't know about this. I still think Monkey King's in a very, very good position. The gold graph has it even out 2-0 now, and that is with a couple of tower deficit.
Yeah, there's still 2 tier 1s standing, these money bangs, as they like to say. And MK will be able to knock down eventually. Keen still hasn't made any item progression, just a perseverance, 1,000 gold in savings. And there you go, Karn's going to come down, and
oh my,
look at how fast he dies.
3-shot.
It's disgusting.
Yikes.
They're in trouble. Looks like
They're in a lot of trouble.
Pretty well against Ember if he doesn't get that solid of a start.
Well, if Ember had any items, he'd be okay.
Yeah, and the tri lane, it wasn't bad, but it was sort of...
He died 2 times.
Yeah, he died too much. It wasn't... I just don't think Ember Spirit's that great of a tri lane hero. He
needs levels.
He
doesn't
levels,
really need
though.
items. He needs levels more than anything.
He needs to be able to kind of snowball. He really wants to hit level 6 pretty much as quickly as possible. Not only for the escape mechanism of Fire Remnant, but also the burst potential. Again, if you drop all 3 Remnants on somebody at level 6, it's insane. Relative to like how tanky other level 6 heroes are, you can do a lot of damage. So just not well suited for the way that they ran him here. And now
maybe if they get the next Aegis, they farm up an item on Ember Spirit. Maybe they can turn things around. They also need BKBs, Ghost Scepters, something to deal with this Global Silence plus Clinks just trucking them.
Yeah, Clinks will do some damage to TA, but just won't have enough to cut through the refraction. That is
Get
one
a gem.
Yeah, one part where TA shines.
Oh, they do have a gem. Nix doesn't has one.
Okay, he just picked it up. I say they need something to deal with this Clinks. If they stop Karn from just running over their team, they'll be in okay shape. Global Silence comes out. Karn will try and port out, and he will be able to make it. There you go. The power of the Global. Great teamwork from Monkey Spanners.
Really good. And now they're trying to go for Roshan, but unfortunately it is not up. Not yet for one more minute.
About, yeah,
so.
40 seconds.
If Roshan were up right then, MVP would have been catching a huge break. They just dropped the wards in there. Clinks can't be back there for quite some time because more likely than not, he will TP hung. They're trying to take this ancient stack right now, but Kyo's not going to be in a position to fight. He does have his BKB though. They have mech up on the Silencer, no mech up on MVP. They have a Ghost Scepter on Shadow Shaman. Venomancer still pretty much nothing unless something's on the chicken, which I don't see.
Where's his Goldsmith going? Is he
I
just
have
buying wards?
no idea. He is the oh, he probably bought the gem.
Okay.
Yeah, he did buy the gem.
All right, there you go.
He's less on net worth though.
That's fair enough. Yeah, and oh, speaking of Ryson, he's in trouble. Godlike streak now coming out for Karn. Tootie, he'll hook shot in. They'll burn a dust to try and catch Forev. They could lose the gem right here, and this will be huge. Ember Spirit needs to get ready to pick this bad daddy up. Gem's on the ground. Somebody grab it. There it is. Ping's coming out, and it looks like the Radiant side will be able to snatch it. Meanwhile, Nyx Assassin, or no, pardon me, he's already fallen, but Shadow Shaman will die. Tootie, he's in some trouble as QO hops in. Clockwork will get finished off, and now maybe Nace. Can they grab a kill here? BKB on QO has already been used. Meld Strike does a little bit of damage, and Ember Spirit will be there to finish him off, but the gem trading hands is really unfortunate.
Yeah,
who grabbed it? It's Clinks.
Oh, that's scary. Now Nyx Assassin is in a lot of trouble, especially without a Ghost Scepter. Whew. Well, QO will start the Roshan. It's about half HP. I don't know why he's not in there helping him, but guess he's pushing out that middle. Do MK have any idea? Clockwork's still down for 20 seconds, so I don't think so.
Yeah. Wow, MVP. Once they got that gem, they just needed to handle that a little bit differently. It was a great read. It's hard to say if Clockwork was had noticed the gem in the inventory, and that's why he focused Nyx, or just
why does he smoke before he he smoked right after they passed the ward?
But still, you can't do damage. Like, TA is going to have to reveal it, so it's still going to get...
Yeah, but if he had smoked before they went in there, then they might have not have known. But now they know they're in there.
Right.
QO solo, he's going to die! Oh, my... Oh.
That's the easiest kill Visage is going to find all game long.
This is a disaster.
And now Roche very low. They're about to just hand it over to Monkey Spanners for free.
Clinks is going to be like, hells yeah, give me this Aegis.
And of course he has the gem, so Nyx Assassin can't just hop in now. Ember Spirit, he could play something clutch here. Bolas? No, not even a sleight of fist. So Aegis goes the way of Clink. Shadow Shaman gets picked off around the side.
This is over.
They're going to poke forward. There is still a tower standing. The tier 1 in the mid, but Ryzen, I don't think he's going to survive to tell the tale of the Orchid.
Nope.
One more. Yeah,
how much int does Silencer have? 30 int. He does 118 damage. He does a lot.
Oh my god. It's a bloodbath. 33 to 18 in 27 minutes. I'm not surprised to see he has so much int, but cheese and crackers.
Now Clinks has the Orchid. He's going to have BKB plus Daedalus plus all these other items.
Wait, now he has the Orchid? Is that what you said?
No. He's going to have BKB, Daedalus, Orchids too.
Yes, okay. Oh, all right.
And then he's... how do they deal with him?
TA's
not farming enough.
Yeah, TA has made very little item
Ember almost has Battle Fury.
And this is this is an okay BKB game on the TA because of the global silence, but still, I mean, Clinks will just cut right through it. Now Tootie, he'll hook shot in. March taking heavy damage. He's got the Ghost Scepter on, but Clockwork's got plenty of magic damage output. They'll also finish off the Ember Spirit. That'll be a 2-for-0 to get things started. BKB pop for TA, but she won't do anything. Ryzen, he'll do the suicide. Poison Nova, but yeah. To little avail. Mech comes out. They'll be just fine. I think MVP or Dunzo.
Yeah, I think they're Dunzo too.
Put a fork in
I think a lot of things went wrong for them this game. Firstly, I don't... Ooh, that was a
Big
nice
impale.
4-mail impale, but I think that they should have gotten not the Midas on the Venomancer. If they had a mech, a ghost, a Force Staff, or a gem, any of those items, I think it would have been a lot different. Or if he got the medallion instead of the Shadow Shaman, and Shadow Shaman got a blink, I think it'd be a lot different too. They needed to pick up a gem earlier, which didn't happen. Ember Spirit needed more items and not die as much in lane. His Oob pretty much did nothing for him. He still doesn't even have a completed Battle Fury. His Arcane Boost didn't really do anything for him. And I think that TA should have won mid a lot harder too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. There's no reason the Clockwork should be out CSing TA, really at any point in that lane.
I mean, the Nyx Assassin did very well on MVP. I think that's the only player on MVP that played extremely well this game.
Sleight of Fist bullets come out on 2D in the park, and they will grab 2 kills, but at the cost of their melee racks and tier 3 tower, as well as that tier 2 tower if you want to count that as part of this engage. So, still a huge push for
yeah, they still have the two towers on bottom. Sorry, and it's 10,000 gold in favor of Monkey Spanner. So they just kind of exploded. Just how many minutes ago? 5 minutes ago, it was at 0. So 10,000 gold lead in like 5 minutes time.
Some of that, of course, is the Roche, all the kills they got around the Roche pit, and then that successful team fight right there. We see some pings coming out on the Dire Ancients from the Visage, so they know what's happening here. They won't be in a position to try and contest, but again, TA just very weak from these Ancients and could be susceptible to a kill if Clockwork was alive or inbound, but that won't be the case. Aegis reclaimed in 3 minutes, still up on the Clinks. He's now got a BKB, and oh, lo and behold, there's a pipe on the Centaur. So now that Veno ultimate will be just a little bit less potent, and oh, there you go. Ag Scepter up on Visage, as well as a Force Staff.
Yowza.
Yowza, indeed. Clockwork has been involved in 30 of these 38 kills. He is 9-5 and 21. Wow, this Tootie is just, he's played a mean Clockwork this game.
He really has.
Do it, Tootie. I like Tootie's name. Every time I think of it, though, I just think about Little Richard, and that's unfortunate.
I don't know what that is.
Tutti Frutti.
I don't know
Rudy.
No.
That guy from like the.
All I know that is that
50s.
it's like a.
It's that really flamboyant guy that plays the piano.
Tutti Frutti. I know the IHOP pancakes called Rudy Tutti Fresh and Fruity.
Yeah, that's based off that song. I'm pretty sure. Rudy Tutti Fresh and Fruity.
It's like blueberry pancakes. They're pretty good.
Dedicated to Little Richard.
MVP just kind of going through the motions right now. They still can potentially squeeze one out if Ember Spirit gets a lot of farm and they don't focus, which is very unlikely to happen, but it still is a possibility if they waste global, or get a BKB target, for example. But they're really going to have to rely on mistakes from Monkey Spanners rather than extremely good play from themselves. They need both.
Well, Monkey Spanners will clear out both the Tier 1 and Tier 2 towers in the bottom lane, and now they'll press forward to the Tier 3. There isn't a glyph available. Pipe on. Even just the Familiar's doing a lot of damage here. The wards will come out, but I don't know that it'll be enough. Tootie hook shots in. He connects with Forev, and there's the Stampede as well. Nyx Assassin, the first to fall in this fight. They'll dive into the Tier 4s, but they will just back up into the Rasta wards and start pressuring this Tier 3 tower once again. Karn taking heavy damage. They might be able to bring down this Clinks, but he's got the Aegis. That's A-OK. Venomancer now in some trouble. He's already fallen. March getting chased down by the birds. QO, he's really committing way outside of the base. TA, I question your positioning, my friend. Visage does fall to the Ember Spirit, meanwhile, inside the base. But a lot of damage done to this Tier 3. It ends up being a 1 for 3, and they pop the Aegis. Now this tower falls. The glyph coming up in just about 15 seconds, but I think these rats will fall before then. There's the hook shot in onto Heen. See you later. Tootie's got a Ag Scepter sitting in the bank at home. And March, ooh, he's in some trouble. Nace also, he's got a Blade Mail up. Veno, will he be able to do some cleanup here? Nope. Oh, wow, Silencer just ports out. He survives, Veno dies, and this is a lane of rack.
Yeah, it's pretty much GG at this point.
Yeah, it's about time to tap
I think
out.
their draft this game was a lot better than last game, too. It was a lot less greedy, too, because Clockwork doesn't really need that much farm. Centaur all needs is Blink, and then he's good to go, and he still can put out a lot of pressure in lane. Clinks needs his Orchid, and he actually did not do that well, but at the same time, their tri-lane won so badly that they could buy him space to farm. So I think overall, just much better mid-game. Like, last game, it was the same thing. They have Orchid, Blink, they didn't make things happen. This game, they had Orchid Blink, and they just completely changed the game around. If MK could do a little bit better in their lanes, I think they're the favorites over MVP. But as it stands right now, their drafting may be a little bit weak considering the first game, and their laning phase is extremely weak.
Yes.
And the Ember Spirit, don't know.
First of all, you tri-laned him. He did the right build. He didn't get Flame Guard before level 6. But
Don't buy Oov. Don't die early in lane.
yeah, he's just not that
It's
good.
not. It's not that great of a lane. It's a Silencer, Visage, and a Centaur. That is not that strong. Visage is really strong. Silencer and Centaur are like these levels. Silencer needs
Centaur, I think he's okay, and like he's really bursty though, and that's part of the problem because that Ember Spirit as well as their supports like Shadow Shaman.
He didn't die to burst. He was like trying to farm, and he got last worded and then soul assumption and died from long range.
That's
he didn't even
true.
die to that. Like,
That's true.
He was just overextending,
Yeah,
just making bad decisions. It wasn't due to the burst of the opponent's lane. It was his bad decision making that cost him the lane.
Well, it will take us into an ace match though. Another bloodbath, 44-32, and only 32 minutes of gameplay. We're moving into a game 3. MVP Phoenix or Monkey Spanners. Who's your money on right now, Merlini, coming into game 3?
I think MVP. I think they'll ban out Ember Spirit, pick a different carry for him, which he can actually play. I think they'll draft a more well-rounded lineup, and they'll learn from their mistakes, like not Midas, etc.
Okay. All right, guys, we'll have another short break. Game 3 coming up in a jiff.